I'm going to give you an example of how expectation works. So here's a husband, and here's his wife. When you put an expectation underneath someone, you give them a floor, and you give them a place to build from. If you put an expectation above someone, that's a ceiling. They're up against the ceiling, and it causes them to perform worse, and it puts pressure on them. And I want to give you an example of both of these. So, very often women say, my husband's not doing enough. He's just doing the bare minimum. And what that does is that's putting an expectation above him, and it actually discourages him and puts a ceiling over him and causes him to perform more poorly, to produce more results like that. An example for a woman might be, my wife is always frustrated at me. She's not happy with me. And I wish she was happy with me all the time. And yeah, that would be nice. There's nothing wrong with that. Just like there's nothing wrong with her wanting her husband to be just so. But the problem is when you put that expectation above them and you don't appreciate what they're doing, you're putting a ceiling on them, you're putting a lid on them, and it hampers their productivity and their performance in the relationship. So I want to encourage you to put an expectation underneath your spouse. Ladies, I want you to put an expectation underneath your husband that's going to build him up, that's going to encourage him. Of the approximately 4,000 billion women in the world, for some reason, he chose you. And he may be a little rough. All men are knuckle draggers to some degree or another, but he's still a son of Adam, and he chose you. And you could appreciate him for that if you wanted to. And that expectation would be underneath him, and it would be encouraging him. My dear beloved brothers, I want you to put an expectation underneath your wife. And I want you to appreciate her for the daughter of Eve that she is. There's approximately 4 billion women on the face of the earth, and some reason she accepted your hand in marriage. Some reason she accepted your bid, and she's your wife. And I want you to encourage you to set an expectation underneath her to encourage her. And when you do this, you will be blessed.